So for 2026, Starsand Island is honestly shaping up to be way more than just another cozy life sim. One of the biggest upgrades is vehicle freedom. We're talking scooters, skateboards, rollerblades, even paragliders. And yes, you can fully customize them with paint jobs, decals, and rims. But the coolest part? Duo riding. You can bring NPCs, real friends, or even your pets along for the ride. Some vehicles literally have baskets for cats and dogs, which is elite design. Combat is also a big surprise here. Instead of fighting monsters, you're actually cleansing corrupted animals in ancient ruins using slingshots and bows. And once they're cured, you can domesticate them. That's such a fresh twist. On top of that, there's smart robot automation handling your farm while you explore, and a super flexible Sims-style building system where you can reshape houses in real time. And technically, it's launching on everything: PC, consoles, Switch 1 and Switch 2, with 60 FPS support and even mouse controls on Joy-Con too. This game is quietly becoming a monster. Okay, so Dragon Quest VII. Reimagined is not just a remake, it's basically a full-on reinterpretation. And the first thing that hits you is the visuals. The whole world looks like a handcrafted diorama, almost like Fantasian. The characters? They're literally scanned from real handmade dolls, so everything has this living storybook, Toy Story vibe going on. And yes, they brought back the classic top-down isometric view, which honestly makes the environments pop way more than the 3DS camera ever did. Combat's also been seriously overhauled. You can now moonlight as two vocations at once, so hybrid builds are finally a thing. There's also a new let loose system, basically a limit break. And skills are locked to your active jobs, which makes switching vocations way more strategic. Oh, and you can smack enemies on the overworld to wipe out weak mobs without even entering battle. Story-wise, it's way more streamlined. Some big arcs were cut. Yeah, that's controversial. But the brutal intro is gone, and we actually got new story content, including Hero and Maribel's childhood and an endgame Kiefer scenario. And the QOL stuff? Huge. Job changing on the fly, fragment tracking, full voice acting, 5 party members in battle. It's modern Dragon Quest through and through. It drops February 5th, 2026. And honestly, this might be the boldest DQ remake they've ever done. Modern bonuses. Every Civ still has an Apex age where it shines, but now the choice is yours. Second, the game's gone way more macro-focused. Workers are gone, improvements auto-build as population grows, and most settlements start as gold-focused towns instead of full cities. Cities are denser too. Urban districts stack buildings vertically. Combat now revolves around commanders, not individual unit promotions, and ages end with full-on world crises that force tough trade-offs instead of snowballing. Add navigable rivers, trade convoys, and new civs like Maori and Joseon. And yeah, Civ 7 finally found its identity. Yo Nioh fans, this is honestly one of the wildest moments the series has ever had. Team Ninja has officially locked in Nioh 3 for February 6th, 2026, PS5 and PC, and after the State of Play and Game Awards reveals, yeah, this isn't just more Nioh. The biggest shakeup is the new dual playstyle system. You can switch instantly between Samurai and Ninja. Samurai is classic Nioh, stances, Kai Pulse, heavy hits. Ninja throws that out the window for speed, double jumps, and this slick mist dodge that leaves a shadow clone behind. And the craziest part? Each style has its own full gear loadout, so you're basically running 2 builds at once. World design is also evolving into these massive open fields. Not fully open world, but packed with secrets, optional bosses, and corrupted zones to cleanse. Add in deflections, guardian spirit weapon infusions, new weapons like fists, claws, and even firearms, plus an infinite endgame mode called the Crucible. Yeah, Nioh 3 isn't playing it safe, and that's exactly why it's so exciting. Alright, so let's talk about My Hero Academia, All's Justice, because this game is going big. First up, the gameplay has been completely overhauled to match the final war arc. The biggest new feature is the rising mechanic. As you fight, you build a meter, and once it's full, you can activate rising to boost your damage, speed, and quirk abilities. Characters even change visually, like Bakugo deploying his shoulder cannons or Deku activating his armored gauntlets. It looks insane. And here's where it gets wild. Plus, ultra attacks can now chain into full team combos. If your sidekicks are ready and you've got the gauge, you can pull off massive cinematic 3-character finishers. On top of that, the game fully leans into a 3 versus 3 tag system, letting you switch characters mid-combo and create crazy quirk synergies. Now for modes, Story Mode covers the entire Final War arc from both hero and villain perspectives, with brand new cutscenes. There's also Team Up Mission, an open area mode where you roam a city built by Mei Hatsumi, complete hero assignments, and train freely. After that, Hero's Diary gives us chill, slice-of-life missions with Class 1A. Yes, non-combat stuff included. Roster-wise, this is the biggest yet. 51 characters at launch. We're getting Final Form versions like Rising Deku, Chaos All for One, Armored All Might, and Dabi, plus new playable characters like Mirko, Lady Nagant, Best Jeanist, Edgeshot, and the full Class 1A lineup. And PC players, heads up. You'll need around 20 gigs of storage, Windows 11, and something like an RTX 2070 to run it smoothly. Honestly, this might be the most ambitious My Hero game we've ever gotten. Alright, so 2K just quietly leveled this game up in a big way, and if you're a golf fan, this is huge. For the first time ever, we're getting official major championship courses tied to the real-world 2026 calendar. The PGA Championship at Reimagined is already live, and later this year we're getting Shinnecock Hills for the US Open and Royal Birkdale for the Open. And the best part? All of it is free. No paywall. Gameplay-wise, things are getting way deeper. The new Fairway Stinger is perfect for windy conditions and firm fairways, and the power approach finally lets you go pin hunting on those long par 4s. Plus, Evo Swing now gives better feedback on torque, arc, and rhythm, so 3-click and stick actually feel different instead of cosmetic. Progression also jumped into Year 2. New top-tier gear like Galactic Amber and Tiger's Eye, a rebirth system that gives bonus points for new builds, and a new sculptor archetype built around shot shaping and knockdowns. Creators got love too with Course Designer 2.0, better terrain painting, easier water tools, and sharper greens. And finally, cross-platform societies, ranked tours, and dynamic rounds make the whole experience way more modern. Honestly, this is one of the biggest post-launch upgrades 2K has ever done. Alright, so this game is officially launching February 10th, 2026 on Steam, priced at $29.99, with a possible launch discount. Console players, don't worry, it's 100% happening, most likely on Switch too, just not until late 2026 or early 2027. And yep, the game is content complete right now. Devs are just polishing bugs, finishing localization for 10+ languages, and locking in the credits. Now here's where it gets wild. This isn't just a roguelike, it's a tactical legacy roguelike, and it's huge. We're talking 200+ hours for the main campaign, 10+ classes, over 1,000 abilities, 200 enemies and bosses, and 900 items. Each run uses a single cat. When they're done, they retire to Boone County, where cats form relationships, have kittens, and pass down genes, including traits like ADHD or dyslexia that actually affect gameplay. Combat is grid-based, super tactical, with environmental chaos, fire spreads, ice changes terrain, weather rewrites boss behavior, and there's a massive secret late-game system we still know nothing about. Oh, and a new features trailer drops February 1st, just days before launch. This one's gonna be special. Okay, so imagine Devil May Cry energy, Souls-like exploration, and peak Suda 51 insanity all mashed together. Because this game is basically space-time FBI. You play as Romeo Stargazer, a guy brought back from the dead by Supertech after a time paradox blows up the universe. Now he's rocking the dead gear mask, letting him jump through fractured realities while working for the FBI's space-time police. And yeah, he's also searching for his missing girlfriend, Juliet. Combat is pure chaos. You swap instantly between melee weapons, like a katana that's also a chainsaw, and guns, including shotguns and shoulder cannons. Kill enemies, absorb their blood, and once the meter's full, you trigger Bloody Summer, a screen-clearing nuke that heals you. Your base is a spaceship called the Last Night, where the game switches into this retro, pixel art, isometric vibe. You can even grow friendly zombies by planting zombie brains, cook curry with Romeo's mom for buffs, and upgrade skills through mini-games like Pac-Man and Pong. Oh, and difficulty? You pick it from a box of chocolates. It's stylish, weird, violent, and very Suda51. Coming to PS5, Xbox Series X or S, and PC, with a possible Switch 2 version later. If you're a Like a Dragon fan, this is honestly one of the wildest times we've had in years. Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties drops on February 12th, 2026. And this is not just a simple remake. First up, Kiwami 3 is fully rebuilt in the Dragon engine, and Kiryu now has 2 combat styles. You've got the classic Dragon of Dojima with brand new Dragon Boost finishers, and then the new Ryukyu style, which leans hard into Okinawan weapons like Tonfa, Nunchaku, and shields. Super fast, super technical. They also doubled down on the Morning Glory orphanage stuff. Bond meters, daddy rank, gardening, cooking, even sewing mini-games. Yes, sewing. And somehow they made flip phone customization give combat buffs. Then there's Dark Ties, a full-length story starring Yoshitaka Mine. His combat is ruthless, aerial, and brutal, with a Dark Awakening mode that completely changes how he fights. Oh, and Kiryu leads an all-female biker gang now. Turf wars, squad management, bike customization, the whole deal. There's a free demo out already, and this launches on basically everything. This might be RGG Studio at their most unhinged, and I'm here for it. So Nintendo just low-key reinvented Mario Tennis, and I'm kinda obsessed already. Mario Tennis Fever drops February 12th, 2026, and it's the first Mario sports game built exclusively for Switch 2. And yeah, it shows. The big twist this time? Fever rackets. There are 30 of them, and each one does something wild. You build a fever gauge during rallies, unleash a fever shot, and suddenly the court's iced over, or your opponent gets shrunk midpoint. And if you're cracked enough to return it before it bounces, you literally send the chaos back at them. There's also HP now, so taking hits actually matters, plus new slide and leap shots that make defense feel way more skill-based. The roster is stacked, 38 characters, with Baby Wario, Baby Waluigi, Nabbit, even Goomba. And yes, the talking flower from Mario Wonder is doing live, sarcastic commentary during matches. New modes like Wonder Court, Trial Towers, and Party Chaos like feeding piranha plants to grow your opponent's court. This game looks unhinged in the best way. Mario Tennis Fever is $70, supports Game Share, Amiibo, online ranked. This might be the biggest glow-up the series has ever had. Hey everyone, big news for fans of Game Name. The sequel is dropping February 13th, 2026 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X/S. And yes, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers get it day one. Even the Nintendo Switch 2 version is leaked for April 20th, which is a hilarious nod to the franchise's vibe. So, what's new? The biggest change? The protagonist now has a permanent skateboard. You can grind rails, catch air in empty pools, and even use it in combat, like kick-flipping alien cops. Movement feels more like an action-adventure than your typical FPS. The world has also expanded with 3 massive hub areas designed like a Metroidvania. Gain new guns and abilities, return to old hubs, unlock secret paths, and enjoy tons of mini-games called Game Jams. Everything from retro 2D platformers to murder mysteries. Speaking of guns, the Talking Arsenal is back with fan favorites like Gus and Knifey, and new additions like Sheath, voiced by Ralph Ineson, and Travis, a hilariously depressed gun. And yes, you can even play Bible Adventures, fully integrated into the game. Story-wise, it's now about family, not humanity. Your sister Lizzie has a bounty on her head, and your enemy is the intergalactic conglomerate Rhea Pharmaceuticals. Plus, locations like ConCon, Pink Line Harbor, and MurderCon add that signature weirdness we love. Tech specs. The game's huge, 115 gigabytes on PC, and for max 4K/60 frames per second, you'll want something like an RTX 4080 and 32 gigabytes RAM. And don't worry, the movie theater with real-life cult films is still in there. That's it. Can't wait to see all of you shredding on skateboards and talking guns next February. Hey everyone, big news for horror game fans. Reanimal is officially launching on Friday, February 13th, 2026. Yep, Valentine's Eve. You'll be able to play it on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and even the Nintendo Switch 2. The game went gold back on December 16th, 2025, so no delays this time. What's really exciting is the gameplay changes. Reanimal is all about two-player co-op, local or online. And if your friend doesn't own the game? No worries. Tarsiers Friends Pass lets them join for free. They've also switched things up with a dynamic 3D camera, so the claustrophobic horror is way more intense. Plus, you'll even get to explore islands with a boat. The story. You play a brother and sister searching for their missing friends on a twisted island filled with mutated monsters, from arachnid wolves to colossal butcher pigs, and even a creepy snake made of human skin. And heads up, the game is darker and more gore-heavy than previous titles. Honestly, it's looking like a perfect mix of horror, co-op fun, and intense exploration. Can't wait to see what you all think when it drops. Hey everyone! Big news for Avowed fans. 2026 is shaping up to be the biggest year yet for the game. On February 17th, 2026, the anniversary update dropped, and it's packed with content. First up, core gameplay changes. We've got New Game Plus, letting you carry over abilities and gear with tougher, randomized enemies. There's also a new weapon, the Quarterstaff, perfect for combining melee and elemental magic. Plus, Photo Mode lets you capture the living lands like never before. On the character side, you can now play as dwarves, orlins, and Omawa, and even change your character's face, hair, and godlike features mid-game. Ability trees for Ranger and Fighter got a boost too, making all classes feel more exciting. The biggest news? Avowed is now on PS5, complete with all past updates and anniversary content. PS5 Pro owners get ray-traced reflections and smoother frame rates. And for PC players, VR support is making waves with full 6 DOF combat. Looking ahead, Obsidian hints at a sequel. Critics now call Avowed a Fable-style adventure, perfect for a 40-hour, choice-driven RPG experience rather than endless exploration. So, if you haven't jumped in yet, 2026 is the year to experience Avowed. Hey everyone! Big news for Star Trek fans. Voyager, Elite Force 2 is launching on February 18th, 2026 for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and even a day one release on the Nintendo Switch 2. The standard edition will run about $40, with a deluxe edition for $50 that adds extra missions, recruitable heroes, and new ship tech. This game puts you in the captain's chair, not on the front lines, with a roguelike survival strategy loop. You can make bold what-if choices, like going home early with the Caretaker's Array or experimenting with forbidden Borg tech. And beware, crew members can die permanently, so every decision matters. You'll also manage the ship itself, repair systems, build rooms, handle limited resources, and scan star systems to decide which planets are worth the risk. Combat is tactical too. You issue orders to your crew, assign battle stations, and watch their skills make the difference in real-time encounters. The demos have had some text-heavy storytelling and minor technical quirks, but recent updates have improved the UI and ship handling. If you love strategic, story-driven gameplay where you can read, plan, and command at your own pace, this one's shaping up to be a real treat. So mark your calendars for February 18th. Voyager is ready to take you on a whole new journey. Hey everyone, let's talk about Styx, Blades of Greed, the 2026 prequel to Of Orcs and Men. This game takes everything you loved about Styx and cranks it up with insane verticality and movement freedom. You can glide across buildings, scale walls with metal claws, or use a grappling hook to reach high rafters. And yes, your classic powers like invisibility and cloning are back, but now they're part of a deeper skill tree for more specialized builds. The game also introduces quartz powers, letting Styx unleash even more aggressive abilities, like slowing down time, mind-controlling enemies, or doing a force push with kinetic strike. In terms of world building, Styx now leads his own crew from a customizable Zeppelin, exploring 3 huge zones: the Wall, Turquoise Dawn, and Akanash. It's a Metroidvania-style open world, so your new tools let you revisit old areas to unlock secrets. Built in Unreal Engine 5, it has top-notch lighting for shadow-based stealth, plus field crafting to make bombs and distractions on the fly. Accessibility is solid too, with full colorblind modes and optional QTE free play. A Steam demo is already out covering the prologue and first mission, and you can grab the greedy skin pack for Styx. Platforms: PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X/S. So if you love stealth, vertical gameplay, and clever tricks, this one's shaping up to be a must-play. Hey everyone! Big news for Wise fans. Wise X, Proud Nordics is finally coming west on February 20th, 2026. This is the ultimate enhanced edition of Adel Christen's 10th adventure, packed with new content and technical upgrades, especially for Switch 2 and PS5. First up, there's a brand new story set on Avowed Island, a mysterious new land full of unique puzzles and challenges for Adel and Karya. You'll also meet Knut and Astrid, the S.H.I.E.L.D. siblings, who join your crew and play a big role in the new storyline. Gameplay's getting a major boost too. The new Mana Hold ability lets you telekinetically move objects to solve puzzles, or throw them in battle for massive damage. For hardcore players, there's Muspelheim, a timed endgame dungeon, and the Bergen Arena, a boss rush mode with rare rewards. Sailing has been fine-tuned too, with smoother controls and fun Mana Ride Sea challenges. On the tech side, Switch 2 supports 120 FPS, and the PS5 version hits native 4K at 60 FPS with DualSense haptics for that extra immersion. Plus, a polished PC port with ultra-wide support and customizable graphics. So mark your calendars, February 20th, 2026, Wise X. Proud Nordics is ready to take you on a whole new adventure. Big news for Towerborne fans. 2026 is a huge pivot year. On February 26th, Towerborne officially exits early access with its 1.0 update. And wow, it's a game changer. First off, Towerborne is no longer free to play. It's now a premium buy-once game with full offline play, but online co-op is still there if you want it. The update brings the full story campaign, including the final showdown against the Big Bad, plus 2 new lieutenant bosses, elite Umbra enemies, and a brand new coastal biome. The world map's been totally reworked for this new progression system. Gameplay got a huge overhaul too. There's a new difficulty rebalance and a brutal mode for those who love a real challenge. The Forge system lets you upgrade, modify, and even re-roll your gear stats. And all cosmetics? Totally free. No more cash shop. Towerborne 1.0 launches on PS5, PC, and Xbox, priced at $24.99 for Standard and $29.99 for Deluxe. Plus, it's still a Day 1 Xbox Game Pass title, fully handheld verified, and supports Xbox Play Anywhere. And the soundtrack. Austin Wintory, the Grammy-nominated composer behind Journey and the Banner Saga, delivers an interactive orchestral score that reacts dynamically to your combat intensity. So whether you're a longtime player or new, Towerborne 1.0 is shaping up to be a must-play this February.